places are richer in tradition, more steeped in nostalgia than this old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes. And the scarlet and gray have this place rocking already. The Buckeyes will boot it away to start the game. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Scarlet Knights offense will have the first possession of the game. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
And the good news for the offense, there's nowhere to go from here but forward. No gain on the first play. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy...
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. The Scarlet Knights will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He gets a block. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. So Ohio State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out fast. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Scrambling away. Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. And the Buckeyes have it in scoring position on first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've
going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Trying play action. Got his man. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Looking to move it through the air. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He picks up the first down, brought down, but not before he put that dude in a blender. Now from the 48-yard line, it's first and 10. They'll try the counter. Got room at the 35. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. And the Scarlet Knights racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Fires to the middle. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he makes the extra point. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Jefferson. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
That's a really nice throw. When you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University, with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you, this is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has the skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go, and he's playing at a high level.
Made a defender miss. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on a defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. Finds his target down the middle. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They'll line up for a second down play. He'll just keep slinging it. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Got some room headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. The Buckeyes will try to put one on the board on first and goal.
Man, these plays are just so demoralizing for defenses. You did a good job. You got him in the third and predictable situation. What does he do? Finds a way out of it, makes a big play. Now he's set up first and goal. Forget that play. Now let's hold him to a field goal.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Throwing right. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And when you're a quarterback, man, I know wide receivers are great athletes and they're supposed to catch everything that gets near them, but when you don't put it right on the center, when they're running a lot of times, it just makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think he did that a little bit too much for his wide receiver right there.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On third down, going up top. He throws one to the left. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Buckeyes send out the punt unit. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires on the move. He's got an open man. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Scarlet Knights want to pick up the tempo.
Nice catch by the big tight end. Nice job holding on to the football, getting the first down. But I tell you what, I love the physicality by the defense. I love how they're making him pay every time he catches the football. Later on, he might be less likely to want to reach his arms out there and try to catch that man.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. And they got him for the sack.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Scarlet Knights will punt this one away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice.
And he's running in the open. And he's brought down after a huge completion. They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set him up inside the 30, 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out.
And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They try to pop a run on the draw. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. The snap sets up the throw. Safe completion on the screen. At the 40, there he goes. Open runway ahead. Touchdown, Rutgers. What a grab and go for the score.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Oh, he's going to go for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down. They ran it on 1st down, now on 2nd. He's looking to throw. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Well, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. On the option. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big 1st down. The Scarlet Knights look to do some damage in the red zone. On the option. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Hold it.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Off the play fake on 1st down. And the defense got him at the 27. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Quickly to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And it's right down the boulevard. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Fires left. Just couldn't quite stay in bounds while making that grab. It's incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Well, the upside is you could get a 1st down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He's going to take off. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. The offense getting set for a 1st down from the 45. He's looking to throw it. He tries to take the top off. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
I don't bring more speed on the field if I don't think it's a pass, right? If I think they're going to line up and hit me in the mouth, I'm going to bring more big guys. They brought more speed on the field. They went nickel. They knew it was a passing situation. They told those pass rushers to hunt, those DBs to cover. The defense was ready for that.
And maybe they try to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another 1st down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet. He wants to throw. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Makes a connection. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Quarterback desperately trying to get it off, and he cannot, and that'll bring us to the end of the 1st half. And do you think there will be second guessing about passing on a field goal try? And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. Gonna let it fly. Reels it in down the left side. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quick.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Pocket starts to collapse. Gets down with the slide.
Nice job by the QB sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end.
A shot toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. 6th play of the drive coming up. Running back goes in motion. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They've already converted a 4th down in this game. They'll try to make it 2 for 2. The completion well past the sticks.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7th.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. And they did not let him get to that 1st down line. It'll bring up a call here. The Buckeyes will come to the line to convert on 4th down. They'll try to pick up the 1st. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense has been physical. They came out in this game with a lot of pride and the ability up front and the belief that they can block people and get it done. They are dominating this defense. 3 rushing touchdowns now in the game.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Rutgers has it back. They'll send the offense back onto the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David, a little bit, and just start being more aggressive and take some chances, but that's what's going to happen for them to win this game.
Yeah, and when you're losing, obviously everything gets hyped. Everything.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Bring in the heat. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Able to get a couple on the play. He's down at the 9. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Now improvising. Got it! And he was straining for the goal line, but the defense stopped him short. They were counting on making a few yards after the catch on third down. Instead, they're staring at fourth.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times you trust your...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is good, and the score is 35-17.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the Rutgers offense heads back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Hoping to find one that works this time on 2nd down from the 7. From the gun, running back gets to give. Finds a crease at the 20. Afterburner's coming. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the 1st down. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
It's a draw. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The Scarlet Knights will punt it away on 4th down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Wants to return it. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place. Going for the big play. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass. Locating the football, no PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. He's going for it all. He caught it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended.
And this offense is clicking. Another touchdown. Didn't have to go far for this drive, but this offense is doing what they want, how they want, when they want.
On the move from inside his 5. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one. What a day it's been on the ground for these 2 guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Fires to the big fella. How about the power there to get it across the 20 and up to the 21-yard line? They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. And the Scarlet Knights line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been...
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Fires to the right. It's caught. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. He is smashing people. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. And the Buckeyes are rolling down the field, keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain. They want to fight this one in a phone booth. 3 tight ends on the field on third and goal. Touchdown, Ohio State! And the stomping has commenced. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. And that pass is intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33. First down here from the offense. Looking to move it through the air. Going for it all. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the beatdown has ensued. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wyoming needs to pick up the pace, but this puck... And with that crowd there in Laramie behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. They're trailing by 10 to UTEP.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip.
Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And back to the air on second down. This time on target. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Scarlet Knights will call on their punt team. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Armour. Feeling some heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll start this drive with a pass. Zings it complete to the right.
And I love working the slot receivers. You see so much of that. It's about matchups, right? I can put a fast guy in that slot. Maybe get him matched up on a linebacker or a safety. I like working those guys in those matchups. Favorable for the offense for sure.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll try to get the first through the air. Gets it out quickly. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. And the Scarlet Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to the air one more time. He makes the connection. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. The Scarlet Knights will send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He's got it. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. He turns it loose to the left. Intercepted. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. And now the offense will come onto the field again. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Finds the tight end. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Makes the catch. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on 1st down. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And the Scarlet Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. Just needs a crack to get a return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
Sweet feet on the move. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. Offense threatening 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking downfield, it's Armour. They'll run the screen. And good blocking in space out there to give them enough room to pick up the first down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. So you might expect to see victory formation. Instead, you will see a field goal attempt. It is good! Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. Well, this one had all